Nice work on Mr. Tate in room 722, by the way.
That's a brain lesion. That's your patient.
Actually, right now, he's nobody's patient. You scared him so bad about post-op blindness that he checked out of the hospital, canceled
Patrick didn't talk to Mr. Tate. I did.
You know, if you're trying to cover for Patrick, you don't have to. He's already scared the patient off.
I'm not covering for him. I was the one that explained the risk to Mr. Tate.
I don't think you two have met. Dr. Noah Drake, this is dark and deconstructed Dr. Robin Scorpio with her new theory. Not only is the glass half empty, it's evaporating so quickly we're all gonna die of thirst.
You scared my patient out of surgery?
I told Mr. Tate the truth. He's an artist. He's a painter. Color and light mean everything to him. He has the right to know that if his lesion is removed, he might not ever see again.
Every surgical procedure carries risks. You know this like everybody else. Look at the risks I warned you about with Jason's surgery. I was dead set against that surgery. But you stayed optimistic and you found yourself a great surgeon.
And as we know, the rest is history.
So what changed?
I developed a new respect for the truth.
But only if it's negative.
No, there is a difference between giving a patient hope and telling a flat-out lie just to justify a procedure.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, that probably is not what you were doing, but a lie of omission is still a lie.
You thought I was arrogant.
Yeah. The narcissism, tunnel vision, a fatalistic view. If I didn't know better, I'd say you're on a dry drunk. That's my department. This is something a little bit worse. You know, you're wallowing in this negativity, just like I used to wallow in vodka. If you're not careful, it's going to poison every aspect of your life, just as surely as alcohol poisoned mine.
Thank you. I understand the analogy.
You know what? I don't think you do. I think one of these days, this negativity is going to hit you like the hangover from hell. You're going to wake up and realize you've wasted half your life on this hopelessness and pessimism.
I just feel that it's better to tell the patient the truth instead of lying to them.
Being optimistic is not lying.
It can be sometimes.
You know what? You're one of the most gifted and generous doctors I know. But this negative stuff, it's selling you, it's selling your patients and your talent short. So until you get that under control, I want you to stay away from my patients. Are we clear?
But you have something to add, don't you?
Actually, I couldn't have said it any better myself.
Any responsible medical professional would agree that right now is not the time for you to be taking on such a huge task.
I've gotten through the first chemo relatively easily. I think that my body can handle the second one, and I think that I'll be in perfectly good condition to be able to try my daughter's case. And if you don't agree with that, then I'm going to have to find a doctor that does. I'm sorry.
My responsibility is to you, not your daughter, not the court system. Now, you need to concentrate on beating this cancer, not being in court.
Dr. Scorpio, may I have a word with you, please?
Sure.
You know my situation, and I am requesting that you give me a physical so that you can tell the judge that I am indeed strong enough to try my daughter's case.
I'm sorry, Alexis. I can't lie for you.
Robin, you haven't even examined me. How are you so sure that I can't represent Sam?
Well, because I've seen your chart. You have stage 2 lung cancer. You're starting out with a 50% survival rate.
Hey, are you trying to upset her?
No, I'm just being realistic. You had a surgical procedure on one lung. Then you developed post-op pneumonia. We had to induce a coma so we can fight yet another infection. Overall, you've been slow to respond to any treatment. And on top of that, you have a lot of stress, which complicates everything.
That's enough.
You shouldn't be thinking about representing your daughter. You should be thinking about enjoying what could very well be your last days.
Thank you very much for your opinion, Dr. Scorpio. I apologize for my colleague. She's obviously lost her mind.
I can't argue with the facts.
The facts are you're showing remarkable courage in the face of a serious illness. I'm very impressed with your tenacity and determination from the start.
But Dr. Scorpio just said...
Dr. Scorpio's not herself at the moment, and she's speculating, and I'm sorry. In my opinion, your prognosis is great. You'll live as long and as well as you choose to. So...
There's no reason to do this. I don't want to talk to you right now.
You're gonna listen. Damn it, Robin, this is a hospital. You are a doctor. Your job is to heal people, not use them for your own private ethical dilemma.
There is no dilemma.
What were you thinking telling Alexis that?
Well, Alexis happened to ask me for my opinion.
So you deliver her eulogy? Not to mention set yourself up for a malpractice suit?
I don't believe a doctor can be sued for telling the truth.
You didn't even examine her.
That's because I've read her chart several times and it's very clear.
Oh, and you're always right, aren't you?
Oh, I forgot. You always have to be right. You are the brilliant doctor who suddenly decided that I've given up on everyone because I couldn't cure Laura Spencer.
Unfortunately, this goes much further than Laura Spencer. This is about you being alive and Stone being dead. You have a classic case of survivor's guilt.
That's ridiculous.
Laura Spencer was a catalyst. After all, why should you get to live when she's locked away in her own mind? Especially since you were the one that gave her the medication in the first place to bring her back. And speaking of medication, it's really not fair that the HIV cocktail worked for you and it didn't work for Stone. Why should you get to live when he died so young?
Okay, your logic doesn't track. This has nothing to do with Stone.
Oh, it doesn't have anything to do with Stone.
No.
No, you did penance for a long time. Then you fell in love with Jason, and when that didn't work out, you took off to Paris. Locked yourself in a lab, surrounded yourself with work, and called it dedication, making sure to never enjoy the most beautiful city in the world. Then you really slipped up when you came back to Port Charles. Yeah, you allowed yourself to live. Fell in love with me. Now your guilt's gone haywire, and you're blaming everyone around you, especially yourself. Hey, listen, I said.